Most people think they understand luxury. They imagine expensive cars, private jets, or five-star hotels, but there is a level of wealth so extreme that even billionaires feel ordinary next to it. That level exists in Dubai, and at the center of it stands one man, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, ruler of Dubai, vice president of the United Arab Emirates, and the architect of a city that turned desert sand into one of the most powerful luxury capitals on earth. But what does his world actually look like from the inside? Not the public ceremonies, not the official speeches. The real private world where unimaginable wealth quietly operates behind palace gates and guarded entrances. Because Sheikh Mohammed does not just live in luxury. He lives inside a system of wealth and power that most people will never fully understand. To see it, you have to start with Dubai itself. Just a few decades ago, this land was mostly desert. A quiet place where trade ships stopped briefly before continuing their journeys across the Gulf. There were no skyscrapers, no artificial islands, and certainly no city filled with the world's richest travelers. But Sheikh Mohammed saw something others did not. He imagined a global capital of luxury, business, and innovation rising out of the sand. Today, that vision surrounds him everywhere. The skyline of Dubai is filled with architectural giants. Towers of glass and steel reaching toward the sky, built to impress the world. Luxury hotels where a single night can cost more than most people earn in a month. Artificial islands shaped like palm trees and entire continents. This is not just development. It is a statement of power. And Sheikh Mohammed lives at the center of it. His main residence is not a simple palace. It is a massive royal complex designed for privacy, security, and prestige. Surrounded by vast gardens, guarded gates, and layers of security, the palace is a world of its own. Inside, everything reflects royal tradition mixed with modern luxury. Marble halls stretch across enormous rooms. Chandeliers hang from ceilings high enough to fit entire buildings beneath them. Walls are decorated with intricate designs that reflect centuries of Arabian heritage. But the true scale of wealth is revealed in the lifestyle that surrounds the palace. For Sheikh Mohammed, travel does not mean airport lines or commercial flights. It means private aviation on a level most people cannot imagine. The royal fleet includes some of the most advanced private aircraft in the world. These planes are designed not only for transportation, but for comfort that rivals five-star hotels. Private bedrooms, conference rooms, luxury lounges, entire flying palaces in the sky. And when these aircraft land in Dubai, they arrive at private terminals far away from public crowds. But aviation is only one part of this world. Another symbol of royal luxury sits quietly in Dubai's waters. The royal yachts. These floating palaces stretch hundreds of feet across the sea, equipped with luxury suites, private decks, pools, and even helipads. Some yachts are so large they look like small cruise ships when anchored near Dubai's coastline. They represent something deeper than wealth. They represent freedom. The ability to travel anywhere in the world with complete privacy, surrounded by security and comfort. Yet Sheikh Mohammed's lifestyle is not only about luxury, it is also about influence. From inside Dubai's royal leadership, decisions are made that shape one of the most ambitious cities on the planet. Projects worth billions of dollars begin with conversations in royal offices. Entire districts rise from the desert. New skyscrapers appear where empty sand once existed. Dubai's transformation into a global luxury hub did not happen by accident. It happened through strategy, vision, and relentless development. And Sheikh Mohammed has been one of the driving forces behind it. But there is another side to his life that many people do not see. His deep connection with tradition. Despite living in one of the most futuristic cities in the world, Sheikh Mohammed maintains strong ties to the heritage of the Arabian desert. Falconry, horse racing, and desert culture remain an important part of his identity. In fact, he is one of the most famous horse owners in the world. Through his global racing organization, his horses compete in elite races across Europe, America, and the Middle East. Royal stables house some of the finest racehorses on earth. For Sheikh Mohammed, horse racing is not just sport. It is legacy. It reflects the ancient relationship between Arabian leaders and their horses, a tradition that goes back centuries. Yet even this traditional passion is surrounded by luxury. Royal stables are built with the highest standards of care and technology. Trainers, veterinarians, and racing experts manage these horses like elite athletes. The world of Sheikh Mohammed moves between two realities: ancient desert traditions and futuristic luxury. But perhaps the most fascinating part of his lifestyle is the way privacy works in this world. In ordinary life, privacy means closing your door. In royal life, privacy requires an entire system. Security teams monitor entrances. Private staff coordinate schedules. Trusted advisors manage communication with the outside world. This creates a protective barrier between the royal family and the constant attention of the public. Because in a city like Dubai, where luxury attracts global attention, privacy becomes one of the most valuable assets of all. And Sheikh Mohammed has mastered the balance between visibility and mystery. The world sees the skyline he helped build, but much of his personal world remains hidden behind palace walls. This mystery only increases the fascination surrounding his life. Visitors come to Dubai hoping to experience the luxury associated with its royal leadership. They stay in towering hotels, dine in restaurants overlooking the Burj Khalifa, and shop in malls larger than entire city districts. Yet even the most luxurious experiences available to visitors represent only a small glimpse of the world that exists behind royal doors. Because the real power of Dubai's leadership is not just the wealth they possess, it is the scale at which they operate. Mega projects worth billions of dollars are launched with long-term visions for the future. Entire industries are invited to move into the city. Global investors arrive looking for opportunities in one of the fastest-growing luxury markets on Earth. And through it all, Sheikh Mohammed continues to guide the direction of the city he helped transform. For him, luxury is not only about personal lifestyle. It is about creating an environment where ambition becomes reality. Dubai's story is ultimately the story of transformation. From desert trading routes to one of the most recognizable skylines in the world. From quiet coastal settlements to a global center of wealth and innovation. And at the center of that transformation stands Sheikh Mohammed, a ruler whose life exists at the intersection of unimaginable luxury, powerful leadership, and deep cultural heritage. But perhaps the most interesting part of his story is how ordinary some moments can still feel. Even in a world filled with palaces, jets, and billion-dollar developments, leadership still requires decisions, strategy, and responsibility. Behind the luxury lies constant planning. Behind the palaces lies governance. And behind the wealth lies the vision that helped turn Dubai into a symbol of modern luxury. Most people will never step inside this private world. They will see the skyscrapers, the yachts, the luxury hotels. But the true scale of Sheikh Mohammed's lifestyle exists beyond what cameras can capture. It exists in the decisions shaping one of the most ambitious cities ever built. It exists in the quiet halls of royal palaces where the future of Dubai continues to be planned. And it exists in the extraordinary reality that a desert city once considered impossible has become a global symbol of wealth and ambition. That is the world inside Sheikh Mohammed's trillionaire luxury life. A world where tradition meets futuristic power, where desert history meets global influence, and where one vision transformed sand into one of the most luxurious cities on Earth.